Hello, YouTubers. We're going to talk today about something exciting, something new. Skyrim, but not the Skyrim from a long time ago. We're going to talk about Skyrim Special Edition, coming up in October 28, 2016. The first thing that we're going to talk about is good news and bad news. Because Bethesda is hard work on 3 major new games. 3. And one of them happens to be Elder Scrolls 6. Yes, the one we have been waiting for. The one we thought was coming out maybe in a year or two, following the same time frame as previous Elder Scrolls titles. But no. That's not what Todd Howard says. And Todd Howard would know. He says that it is a long way off, and the technology to even make the game is not even here yet. So, to me, it sounds like 5-6 years from now. Unfortunately, they're also working on 2 other projects as big as Skyrim or Fallout 4 that have higher priority than Elder Scrolls 6. So, bottom line, they're working on it. You're not going to get it for quite a long time. So that's the way it goes. Oh, it's also supposed to be the last one. After Elder Scrolls 6, supposedly they're not going to make any more. But we'll see. I mean, if it's 5 years from now, it'll be another 10 years before the next one, so who cares? I probably won't even be here, so I don't care. But hey, I'll enjoy this one when it comes out. So, instead of giving us an Elder Scrolls title, they're giving us Skyrim Special Edition. There we go. Elder Scrolls 5, Skyrim Special Edition for the PS4, for the Xbox One, and for us. As we can get a nice little PC header here with some red or something nice. We just get a tiny PC sticker on the bottom there, That's what we get. Anyway, great news for the PS4 people and the Xbox One people, because they get some things they don't have right now. We have them, but they don't have them. Now, I'll show you some of that. Here's the PlayStation 3. Here's the PlayStation 4. Now, notice how 4 looks like Skyrim with a PC with E and B enabled. That's basically the big difference. It will have improved graphics, remastered art. It will have new snow and water shaders. It will have God rays, which you see some here, and it will have depth of field built in, like Fallout 4, which I hate. I can't stand depth of field. It makes me sick. I mean, literally, it makes me sick. So I'm going to turn that off the second I see it. But hey, some people like it, and if you look at the graphics in front, more detail, better textures, it is improved. And that's coming to all 3 platforms built in, which is pretty neat. Now, we have most of that, so for us it doesn't sound like a big deal. It's basically Skyrim where we have it with mods built in, as opposed to us having to add the mods. But there is something that it is getting that will make it worth it for us, and that would be, I will show you that now, from the mouth of Matt Grandstaff. And who is Matt Grandstaff? Let's be clear on who this guy is. Matt Grandstaff is the liaison between fans and developers at Bethesda. He is the guy that talks to us. He's the PR man, in other words. So he is authorized to talk to us and give us information. And he says, right here, in this tweet, in black and white, to the question, is the special edition on being 64-bit on PC, he says yes, it's a 64-bit. So we're getting 64-bit Skyrim on the PC, and of course PS4, Xbox One. But we don't care much about that. We care about our PCs. That's going to be 64-bit. That is fantastic news. We can do things that we have not been able to do. Add more graphics, add more tunes, add more, whatever you name it. We can just add more. And the fact that it's 64-bit means faster processing. Everything should be smoother. It's exciting. This is really big news. So if we cannot have Elder Scrolls 6, at least we can have a Skyrim that we can keep building upon and keep modding and develop and make it better. And keep us happy until we get Elder Scrolls 6. But that is fantastic news. So people keep asking, is this a big deal? Is the new Skyrim coming out in October going to be significant? Well, the answer is yes, 64-bit. The difference is this. I will help you see the difference. This is Skyrim 32-bit. That's the scene. Okay, that's 32-bit Skyrim. Now, let's look at 64-bit Skyrim, which is this one. Take a look at this one. You see? That's what it's going to be like. 32-bit versus 64-bit. Yes, there's going to be a big difference. We can have bigger mods, more NPCs. We can add more everything, more graphics, more scripts. Of course, we still have to be careful and not be silly and load 500 mods and think it's all going to be okay. But yes, we can do more. With Sands of Time, I limit my spawns number to 4 NPCs. Well, with 64-bit, I can have a toggle and option to extend it up to maybe 6, maybe 8. A lot bigger fights for people who like to have followers and have mini wars everywhere. So yes, the answer is it's going to be a huge difference. Looking forward to it. And they talk about it right over here. They also talk about the fact that it doesn't break mods that we have now, at least from the way it sounds, most of them. People are concerned about breaking mod compatibility, and Pete Hines, Vice President of Marketing, says, do not worry, all PC mods will not be left behind. They will still work. Basically, yes. Now, basically, yes does not mean guaranteed or your money back, yes, but basically, yes means there's hope. We may have to do some recompiling, we may have to do something, and we already know that SKSE will have to be retweaked to work with a 64-bit engine, like they did for Fallout 4. But they did it for Fallout 4. I don't see why they wouldn't do it for Skyrim Remastered. Once they do that, the sky's the limit. Very, very nice. Now, that will also give us something interesting. They're going to give us a separate mod creation kit, which means that we're going to have some of us who are modding Fallout 4 and Skyrim a third creation kit to support and add to Notepad Plus or whatever editor we have. So another creation kit, great, awesome. It took me forever to get the Fallout 4 working, but I guess it makes sense. So in theory, you could have a version, you could still mod the old Skyrim if you want to. You can mod the new one separately if you want to. Just lots of hard drive space, and you gotta be organized. But it is possible. It would be a different creation kit. Now, how much is this wonderful thing going to cost? If you do not have Skyrim now, or if you do not have the legendary Skyrim, meaning all the DLCs, Dawnguard, Healthfire, and Dragonborn, as you see here, if you don't own those 3 plus the game, it's going to cost you $60. Pretty much the same price as the old game. If you have Amazon Prime, that would be $47.99. It would be discounted. You're going to find some odd deals here and there, but that's going to be your price range pretty much. If you do own Skyrim and you own those three, then it's free. Free is good, which is a nice gesture from Bethesda. We already pay for the game. Why make us pay twice? Even though really, if they wanted to, they could charge something. I mean, they did have to develop it and remaster it for a 64-bit engine, so it's not the same thing. It's enhanced and made better, but then that is free, so we don't have to worry about it. Now, something that we do have to be concerned about would be mod theft. When Fallout 4 first came out, and they had mods, people took mods from Nexus and other sites, and they posted it for the Fallout 4 over at Steam, and they posted mods that did not belong to them as belonging to them. Basically stole them and put them online. Now, they tried to justify it, saying that the owner's being lazy, doesn't want to take the time to upload it, blah blah blah. But bottom line is, it is not legal, and Bethesda will allow it to be taken down. They have a procedure, and just like any other copyright work, you can file and have it taken down from the site. So, something to keep in mind. It will happen, so keep an eye on the mods. And users, download mods now that you want, because normally when that happens, the modder gets angry and sometimes takes the mod down and you never see it again. So mods that you may want to use later, now's a great time to download them and get them before they're gone. Okay, don't wait. I told you so. Don't forget that. You have the good, you have the bad. But that is what is happening. It's exciting. We're not getting Elder Scrolls 6, but we're getting a Skyrim that's 64-bit, which most of us wanted. So fantastic news. Let's see what happens next, and I'll keep you guys updated with new news on a weekly basis. This will be the first of a series of new videos. So we're going to have the videos with news about the industry. We're going to have reviews about mods, and we're going to have Let's Play. And if I can clone myself and make 3 or 4 of me, maybe I can keep up with that. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, take care.
I'm
Bye-bye.